Okay. What the heck was that? Alright, Ohamu, hello. I'm so confused. I don't even know. Okay, so there was a raid boss that started. So people would fight with the extension panel, but I don't even. What? Okay. Sure. Anyways, Alhamu, hello. Welcome Anya, welcome Phalanx. How's everyone doing? I am so confused. There's an extension panel. It's if you scroll down on the Twitch, there's the you can change your stream avatars and stuff down there. But yeah, that was the first time I've ever saw anything like that. So I was just like, what the heck? All new to me, yeah. Yeah, the extension panels at like the about when you're watching my stream, you scroll down, there's like my roles and whatnot, abouts, etc, etc. But yeah, okay. Oh, hello, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. The monster was consuming the starting screen. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's terrible. I just accepted it. That was gonna happen. Just like, oh, okay. Like, oh, understandable. I just let it happen. Alright, let's where's my pen? Do a little write-up while we get ready here. Yeah, I hope you guys all have been doing well. Once again, I do apologize for missing last weekend's tarot reading. Don't know if anyone here are excited about them, but I really needed a break. So I'll take that. Brace. Focus. And then card readings. Alright. Let's also write down goosebumps. Let's also write down what I gotta do after today. I have a lot to do. Alright. There was like a raid boss through the stream avatars, and I didn't know what was going on either, so don't ask me. I am just as lost as you guys. Alright, did my little write up here. Let's get started. Alright, so for our Embrace card, we will be getting the Queen of Cups. Still writing down notes. I'm kind of a slow writer. So Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. I always do like seeing Queen cards. They're generally very kind. And Cup cards are very like inner dependent. So it's kind of like how you're feeling internally. So for those who are new here, and if you're not, nothing wrong with just going over these again. Embrace cards are weekly tarot card spread. First card we get is our Embrace card, which is what we embrace for the week ahead of us. Our second card would be our focus. It's the focus of like what we should work on. So the first one is like embracing what would be happening through this week, whether it's good or bad. Like we just have to accept that it happens. Focus is what we can work on or what we should work on to like reach certain goals in our lives. And then the third card we get is the Gain card, which is like what we will receive from these two cards that we got from the first part. So the Queen of Cups comes off as being a compassionate, caring, being intuitive, being within the flow of your mind. We got this card last time too. I got this card the last time for somebody. Compassion, intuition, supportive. Let's see. Supportive, stable. Alright. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a nurturing, caring, compassionate, and sensitive card. When you see her in a tarot reading, you're embodying her nurturing mother energy. You support others by listening with your heart, being compassionate, and caring for them deeply. You're emphatic, and can sense the need of others by tuning into your intuition and holding the space for others to express their emotions and be the truest, most authentic version of themselves. You have mastered this in such a way that even though you're well grounded, you've mastered this in such a way because you are well grounded and know where to create a healthy separation from you and the other person. Queen of Cups says you are highly intuitive, creative, and in flow with surrounding energies. In your interactions with others, you can easily read other people to get a sense of how to communicate effectively, enabling you to both feel heard and understood. When the Queen of Cups appears in a reading, you're being asked to trust your intuition and pay attention to your feelings and emotions. Lead with your heart, not with your head. Be open to receive the intuitive messages flowing to you, be it through your dreams, meditation, and visualization. You're stronger than you know. Hi dearest, and hello Roga Senpai. Welcome. If you want to get a reading, I would suggest to watch through my Twitch. I do readings at the end of my tarot streams for my viewers, for my dear Drek companions. So you could try to catch a using my channel points for that if you're interested in getting a reading for yourself. Otherwise, if you don't have a Twitch, I do apologize. I don't know how to set up the point system for YouTube, so a lot of the more interactive features are on Twitch, and I mostly use YouTube as a VOD situation, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, the weekly reads with the 3-card spread is for everyone, so you don't gotta worry that technically everyone gets a reading, you know. Everyone gets a reading right now with this with the cards you see in front of me. So what is this card telling us? Well, I think we should embrace embrace our intuitions, you know. If there's such a system behind in YouTube, it's probably behind super chats. I do have super chats on, but I don't want people to physically pay with a monetary value, which is why I prefer the channel point system. There is no channel point related things on YouTube that I've seen, so yeah. Embrace our intuitions, embracing healing the feels, you know, our emotions. Embracing our emotions. Embracing our emotions, whether it's challenging or not. Right. I think that is a very nice card to get for the week, or if anything, the beginning of February. It's telling us to just think about being more emphatic, being more empathetic, you know. Probably gonna be a lot of people who might reach out, and even if they don't, maybe it's for you yourself as a person to feel comfortable in with your feelings. Alright, next is our focus card here. The reverse Five of Wands. I have seen this card enough times that I know what it is. I do kind of wonder, like, how well the online deck is shuffled. And I wish there was like a cleaner way for me to show it physically. I am also just looking up a physical deck that I feel more comfortable to use online, at least publicly. The ones that I have are more like series character oriented, and also like one that I was very interested in, which was of its regional art. It did have like naked people on it, and even if it wasn't sexual, I don't want Twitch to explode on me, so I'm like, okay, I'll look over that next time. Oh, I'm still searching. Oops. So Five of Wands, upright, usually stands for like argumentative situations, or you're like having tensions or disagreements. But the reverse section of that, so outwardly, upright means like outward conflict and disagreements and competition and stuff. Reverse is like releasing those or avoiding conflict, or you have conflict within yourself. So it could have like two things that it would mention. Or like, you know, it's at the ending stone of a conflict and you want to cooperate and stuff. So, let's see, Five of Wands reverse. Let's do end truces. Avoiding conflicts. Peace. Or even inner conflict could happen too. Or release. Alright. As mentioned before, the Five of Wands reverse suggests that you're facing internal conflict and you're unclear on where you stand on important issues. You may try to work through your point of view on contentious topics such as like abortion, immigration, globalization, or the environment, as you may navigate personal issues such as whether to stay on leave a particular relationship or job. You have others around you who have strong views about what you should do, and this is creating an enormous amount of tension. Just when you think you have a clear perspective, someone challenges you on it, and you discover new information and you change your standpoint again. This process is beneficial and will help you come to a well-searched and well-thought-out POV. No, true, there's no right answer, and someone will disagree with the path you choose, so find the option that sits best with you. Align your head and your heart to discover a sense of peace within yourself. Five of Wands reverse can suggest that you have the tendency to avoid conflict wherever feasible. You may find that any tension makes you feel uneasy and you wish it would go away, so you deflect a lot of that energy and ignore the problem. The trouble with doing that is that in doing so, you may just be pushing some of your concerns to the side without dealing with them or exerting your point of view. No some conflict can be useful, particularly if it's constructive. Consider whether always avoiding such discomfort is the best way to go, or you're finding yourself compromising on what is important to you. Five of Wands reverse is like a sigh of relief after a struggle. You're no longer up against so much competition and you can just be. On a more personal level, you've worked through your anger and hostility to feel more secure in your relationships. You do not have to prove yourself anymore. Okay. So how I perceive this is like focusing. Focus with the Five of Wands reversed. Focus on navigating personal issues. Or outside issues. Well, just navigating issues in general. Focus on challenging yourself. That could either mean like your own morals or like something physical. Excuse me. Thank you. Focus on working through your emotions, probably. Working through... Well, that's kind of like navigating, but... I guess we could just probably, like, relief. Focusing on relief. That's kind of how I see it. So the first card we got was embracing, like, our emotions, our intuitions. Like, even if it's challenging or not, we should embrace that. Alongside with focusing with ourselves, our issues, or moving around those things. I think they kind of work quite hand in hand together. Especially from an internal point of view of these two cards. But let's see what the third one says for what we gain from two of these. Oh my gosh. Okay. The Tower reversed. Didn't we just get this? Yes, this was the card I received 2 weeks ago from our last reading that I skipped on. I accidentally clicked on it and I was just like, this is not for a reading whatsoever. It is kind of funny, it does show back up. But again, Tower reversed is not a bad card compared to Tower upright. On top of that, what does that mean for what we're gaining from this? Let's give it a read. Tower reversed means personal transformation, averting disaster, having a fear of change. I mean, if we just kind of base it off of the basic words that we have, it's not bad, you know? But also, like, there's the flip side of it. It's just like resisting the change that comes ahead or delaying what is happening in front of us. So it could be a positive and a negative, whereas the tower upright is very negative. So I'll be honest, I'm quite happy to see this card. None for you guys, but for like none for you guys personally, but for everybody has to deal with this situation. At least you know you're not alone on this. Alright, averting disaster. Resisting change. Personal transformation, which I personally think is what this card is going on about, but because the two cards ahead of us, or this one, was about like focusing on yourself, embracing like your emotional state and stuff like that. And now it's just like like you're going through a personal like transformation, you know, or upheaval in like your change of life, or external circumstances that like may feel like forced upon you, and you're just like, okay, it's just like these changes are just gonna have to happen. The Tower reverse, you are instigating the change and calling to question your fundamental belief system, values, purpose, and meaning. You may be going through a spiritual awakening as you discover a new spiritual path. You may change your beliefs and opinions about important topics, realizing you are no longer supporting the older models. In more dramatic cases, you're going through existential crisis where you seriously question your life's purpose. While this can be an unsettling time, trust in the process and know it is for the best. You're creating change and transformation that you can step into a new and evolved version of yourself. So, I mean, that's pretty well set up. Creating change and transformation. To be a better version of yourself. Now, for those who are a little bit on the negative side of seeing this card, it could be a sign that you're resisting change, you're delaying the necessary destruction or upheaval in your life. You may also be in denial of the change that is happening, or you keep clinging to an old belief system. As much as you don't want this to happen, you need to go through a difficult time to learn a valuable lesson and make progress in your life. The growth and transformation that the Tower card brings are inevitable. They're going to happen no matter what. No amount of hiding or denying will make it go away, and it will only get louder with potential greater upheaval. Finally, the reversal of the Tower card can reduce the impact of the change about to enter your life, particularly if you're tuned in to your intuition. You may be forewarned or have an intuitive sense that something big is about to happen, and you plan ahead to avoid or minimize destruction that lies ahead. Alright, that was... I personally found this a very kind reading, given that, it could definitely be worse. It could definitely be a lot worse. Of course, seeing the Tower is like, oh, this is quite bad already, quote unquote bad, you know, but don't know, for what it's telling us, it does seem like there's just gonna be a lot of internal challenges that we need to work on or navigate through. And whether or not anything happens, well, it's going to. So yeah. Alright, I have now opened up the drawing a card section of our stream now. So feel free to use your heartbeats to grab a card and give me a topic you're interested in for me to read for you. Okay, chess. General reading, sure. Power's not bad or good like most of tarot, is about what we do with the path. That is true, but seeing the tarot card is probably considered like definitely one of the worst cards to see in a reading, especially if you're like going through it. And I'll be honest, a lot of people these days are going through it, so seeing the Tower card is a very scary sense of words. At least the Tower card upright. With it reverse, it does lessen the impact, but it does say that like whatever is happening or the changes that are happening is going to happen no matter what you do. Upright Tower is just like, whether or not you're ready for it, the change is gonna happen. So like, Tower reverse is saying like, it's like giving you a head start, you know? It's like making you recognize that it's going to happen and you can't like push against it. Whereas Tower upright means that it's going to immediately happen and you won't know where it is or what's gonna happen and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, good luck. Good luck, idiot. Get fucked. Alright, let me write this down. Chess. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Alright. Chess. Gonna go reading. Strength. Ooh, okay. Do love the strength card. Very wonderful card. Well, the strength card, upright means obviously strength, having courage, persuasion, influence, and compassion. The strength card represents determination and power. Strength is about knowing you can endure life's obstacles. You can speak to the inner strength and the human spirit's ability to overcome those obstacles. You have great stamina and persistence, balanced with an underlying patience and inner calm. You're committed to what you need to do, and you go about it in a way that shows your composure and maturity. When the strength card appears in a reading, you're fueled by your inner strength, personal power, strong will, and determination. You do not rule by trying to control others. You quietly influence and persuade. Others may underestimate your power because it looks and feels invisible, but you should see that as an advantage. You can control a situation without excessive force. No one knows it's you who are calling the shots. If you're going through a rough time and you're burnt out or stressed, the Strength card encourages you to find the power within yourself to persevere. You have got what it takes to see this situation through its eventual end. You're a loyal friend and a solid supporter, willing to step up and be present when others are in need. You might also feel compelled to hold space for someone who needs your strength and support. It's a time for you to be conscious of your instinctual urges and bring them into balance with a greater good. There's no time to act out in a rage or hatred. Approach your situation with a place of forgiveness, love, and compassion. Alright. Let's see. Last 2 weeks ago, you're the one who received the Queen of Cups reverse, which was you needing time and space for yourself. Giving too much time to others other than yourself. And now this card is telling you that you are able to persevere, have compassion, I mean, saying strength, having strength in a strength card is kind of funny, but like trying to use different words here, like determination. I hope you're able to get those paperworks that you mentioned last time. If not, I do apologize that you're kind of stuck in a limbo state in that sort of situation. Yeah. Feels like with this card, if we're thinking about that, it's just like, keep trying. That's really frustrating. Oh, yeah, I'll be honest, dealing with like, whether it's like job related or like work, sorry, same thing, work related or like government stuff, just even between like peer to peer, like shit, it is really frustrating when like they don't get back to you at like a set time of a situation. It's like, come on. But yeah, it feels like with the strength card, I don't know what you're having this full reading on, but generally speaking, you know, it's kind of being like, give yourself time, give yourself your support, persevere all the like the troubles that you may be going through. You do have the strength to like overcome those challenges that you're having. You know, it's just not gonna happen instantaneously. Give yourself time on all that. Yeah. Hope that was a good read for you, Chess. Thank you for letting me read your card. You should ask again in mid-February. Alright. Yeah, keep trying. Keep pushing for it. Alright. Next reading should be available. Other people who look into. But yeah, how was your guys' like weekend? I got a box of remints. I'll talk about that later. Hi, Pulsemeyer, welcome. General reading for you, sure. King of Coins reversed. Not King of Pentacles, but they're coins. Reverse means being financially inept, maybe obsessed with your wealth and status, or being a bit stubborn. So just so you guys know, a lot of these, when it is within a category, it's like, oh, it's money related. But you know, it could also just mean like your personal feelings on the matter too. Like, or with like monetary or like physical items. What is it? Material goods. There we go. King of Pentacles reverse asks you to look at your relationship with money and wealth. On one hand, you may not be managing your wealth well. You're probably not treating your money with respect and instead need to draw upon your self-discipline and control so you can save for your future while still enjoying the fruits of your labor. On the other hand, you may be putting money before anything else and negatively impacting your relationship and well-being. You may be a workaholic. You may be doing anything for an extra buck, even if it means selling your soul and your integrity. You might be impressed by others' statuses and their social position that you would bow to anyone above you while dismissing anyone below you. You might continuously try to prove yourself. If this resonates, step back for a moment and look at the greater impact of your obsession with money. Is this serving you in this state, or do you need some sort of change? At times, the reverse of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, represents someone who's stubborn or rigid in their approach. When this king shows up in a reading, look at your life and ask yourself, are you feeling stuck? Has life become so predictable and routine that's completely dull and lifeless? Being grounded is a good thing, but give yourself permission every now and then to break free and do something different. You don't have to be serious all the time. So, you know, as I said, it could be about money, but it could also be about like you as a person. So yeah. Let's see. I feel like with your past readings, you did also get a pentacle card last time reversed, where you felt like you had to release your material items, or you feel like you had to protect yourself in some way, shape, or form, or perhaps you're overspending. So this one is probably just telling you to look over, like re-look your relationship with money. With money or materials, so I'll put the both just in case. Material goods. Or, you know, it could be your stubbornness, or rigidness in approach. I wouldn't fully know, what these cards mean for you, Falsmeyer. I am really just writing everything down. Please don't think this is an attack on your character or anything. Feeling of stuff. That's kind of how I'm perceiving it. But, you know yourself best. Whether this card works well for you or not, I would not know. But it does kind of say like, hey, just like rethink, look into like the outlooks of a situation, stuff like that. Might be something to think about. I wouldn't know wholeheartedly what it is about either, yes. Yeah, thank you for letting me do the reading for you. Apologize if you're not happy with it. Alright. Probably if I get nothing in the next hour, or in the upcoming change of hour, I'll probably call it good here. But as I was mentioning earlier, I got like a remint set of like Kirby's. There's like this. I went to walk around. It was super cute. Why is there an Endman on my field right now? I'm scared. What are you gonna do? Why is there an Endman on my field? I'm so nervous. Like. Okay, it says it's gonna be back in a few hours. Okay, never mind. I have been playing Enfield, really enjoying it. I really slowed down now. I like blitz through the game and things like that. So now I'm just kind of going through all the side quests and stuff. But yeah, I think if I start doing like unboxing streams, it's gonna be for like remits. I think the only thing that like I really buy physically, you know how everyone's like all into like the Labubus and stuff like that? I'm into remits. And I always buy a whole box, just like because I love collecting the little like trinkets. I'm a trinket girly. Alright, Roga! It's my birthday tomorrow. I've recently become a Hellenist, so I figure it's a good time to ask you about my spiritual journey. Okay, let me actually double check what a Hellenist is, and do feel free to tell me if I am incorrect. Since I would not fully understand this. Hellenism, as a modern religion, is a practice derived from ancient Greek beliefs, mythology, and rituals from classical antiquity through and up to today. More broadly, Hellenism centers on the worship of the Hellenic deities, namely the 12 Olympians. Ooh, okay. I see. You worship the Greek gods and, in particular, Aphrodite. Okay. That's really cool. Sorry, just doing like a little skim read through of this on Wikipedia. I'm curious, what does it mean to like worship Aphrodite, for like in your words? I'm actually just really curious. But if that's like a little too pushy of me to ask, no need to tell me anything either. Oh, you'll be fine. We're quite open. with thoughts here. Heathenness. Let me see what that is. Heathenness. Alright, Oxford Dictionary, tell me. Okay. Well, apparently I need to be subscribed on the Oxford English Dictionary to know what this means. This is why it's so hard for people to get smarter when they don't have money. Everything online, but like you could go to a library and that's really easy, but everything online is always paywalled and that is so frustrating. Okay, well, let me just do a reading for you first. So let me write down Roka. You want a spiritual reading? I'm totally fine to ask. I'm queer and I keep seeing preacher after preacher bleeding, repent this, Jesus that, Allah the other. It becomes really hard to live hearing that their God hates me and wants me dead, so I thought of finding one that would love me. Yeah, honestly, that's really valid. I am not one to speak upon other people or what they believe in per se, but I'm also not Christian or Catholic or like whatever, but I have read the Bible quite like I studied it for like over 10 years. And I want you to understand that like the feelings that you have are very valid in like the God who these people are speaking of. I don't feel like what those people mentioned for that God do speak of the God properly, if at all. Honestly, they're just like spurting out like bullshit. But I won't go into that. I don't have the means for a shrine, but offer up my showers and self-care as offering to Lady Aphrodite, as I'm hoping to work with Hera as well. Okay, I can understand that. You know, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like it is like how you perceive is like I need a place or a shrine, as you mentioned, to be given to gods. But I do think that, you know, taking steps for your like self-care is wonderful for your god Aphrodite. I'm sure she is very happy about that. Heathenism is the modern Germanic paganism instead of modern Greek paganism. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay. This is I like understand like these religions previously. I just don't know the names of them for like recently, like recent stuff. So I'm very open to like learn all of this. Let's see, Roga said, if any Christian or any other Abrahamic believers here reading things, no, this is not an attack on you or on anyone, but anyone who dares to use their religion to hurt people is bull. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. It's quite bull, as you say. It is quite really shitty, really crappy that people are doing that. But I won't go too deep into that. Just know that I have my streams, generally speaking, I always try and work with it to be a safe space. I also consider myself a queer individual, but I am like not open about it. Um, quite hard or little uncomfortable because of my upbringing on top of like I don't like being labeled. So I don't like using queer labels either. So for me, I just considered like it as me. So I know for like a lot of people, like labels are a lot easier to work with to understand someone, but at the same time, I personally feel very separated from all that. And with that being said, that does not mean that people who use like any sort of label to like feel more comfortable within their skin, you know, as long as you do feel that comfortable and confidence within yourself, by all means, that's wonderful, that's great. My streams are for that, my Discord is for that, to feel that comfortability. You don't have to put yourself out there if you don't feel comfortable about that, you know? Like, Roga, you're Amuro's Amuro, Roga's Roga, you know? You are who you are, whether or not you're like, you know, cis, queer, etc. Like, don't feel like if you are in a queer space too, or vice versa, that you need to hide yourself as like quote unquote the opposite, okay? There's a difference between like not being queer or like not being cis or whatever, and then there's also like opposing it, you know? Opposite and opposing are two different things, is I'm gonna say that like strictly. And I do know in my streams, I do have queer viewers and like cis viewers too. Whether or not they're saying it, I just like know some of you guys are like both, or like, you know, one or the other, or in between, you know, it's just a spectrum at this point. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to keep rambling. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there for all you guys who are watching my streams. Like, this also follows along with like religion as well. It's kind of like as Roga has put it, you know, you could be a Christian, you could be a believer in these sorts of things, but recognize that like this isn't an attack on you or your character unless you're using your religion to like hurt other people, okay? Like, as someone who has studied like the Bible, like the scriptures, for a good chunk of my life, I do not perceive any of that shit like that way whatsoever. I don't even get how people perceive that shit that way. Like, it's like we didn't read the same book, you know? Okay. For your spiritual reading, Roga, let's see. We get 6 of Swords. Yeah, it's wild, right? Like, it's just like, dude, what are we going on about? Hold on, I have to check my Macari. I wanna get an Ogre plushie, and I'm so sad they're like $60 now. Okay. 6 of Swords. Sorry, writing down. Yeah, right? Wouldn't it be great if people actually knew how to read? Which is also, again, another issue with, this day and age, People, sorry. Yeah, right? Okay. Alright, upright Six of Swords. The meaning of the Six of Swords that you're experiencing a transition of some kind. This transition will likely be as the sorry, I'm so bad with words right now. This transition will most likely be the result of decisions you made in the past, and you are now leaving something behind in order to move forward. Despite your sadness, you need to remember that moving on is the ideal option for your future. Life is filled with moments where you're going to be forced into letting go of things that you have become attached to, and this will be challenging. The Six of Swords shows the sadness that you may be feeling, but you have to remember that the pain will not last. You should look instead to the future for your strength. There'll be times the only way to fix the problem is to leave it and move to start anew. You may feel like this is the coward's way out, but escape is the only approach that is left when you have tried all the other methods. The Six of Swords in this case is to plan using your logic, clarity, and objectively about where you are now, where you have been, and where you want to go. Intuition can help, but you need to think logically to ensure your success. Okay. So I feel like this card works very well with what you just told me about. Like you probably were in a position where you felt quite upset or sad with a previous state of mind, you know. So you're probably doing like, if it's just like you said, you had a very huge spiritual transition, you know. Let me write this down for you too. Moving away from it was probably like moving away from what you were previously in was probably painful or a little like stressful, you know, but you're moving towards a more stable and healed state of yourself. So like the journey of the mind, you know, peaceful guidance. You know, it's quite necessary leaving your past behind with previous things, perhaps even with like religion and so forth. But yeah, I hope that was helpful as a reading. I do also really appreciate you sorry, my cat just hi baby. Come here to scratch. Really? Oh. What was I saying? I apologize. Really grateful and thankful that you told me a bit about yourself too, so that I could give a more proper reading on your situation as well. And I did also learn a lot, so I was just like, wow, okay, this is really cool for me at least. I'm like, yeah, of course. No, thank you for letting me learn more about you, or like learn about like what people are going through as well. You know, we're all not alone in these situations. It may feel like it, especially like physically. But there are a lot of people who are likely going through a lot of similar situations as you. Whether you know it or not. So I feel like this conversation, just for those who might be just listening along, might be able to connect with that as well. So I really appreciate you talking about yourself too. Yeah, thank you very much as well. Right, Virgil. Oh yeah, totally. So, I mean, I don't know if this is a correct response because, like, I'm actually going to play Hades 2, starting tomorrow. And if you want, you can, I'd be happy for you to join in and talk about the stuff there. Or do you feel like, or do you think like the Hades series doesn't do a positive job on that sort of modern Greek religion? In the end, whatever you feel comfortable with. So yeah. Or you could talk about it on you could talk about it in our Discord as well. I know you're already a part of it, but of course, whenever you feel comfortable and whatnot. How's my morning so far? Very interesting. I want to go back to sleep. I'll be very honest. It is very cold. I don't like being awake for morning streams. It is terrible. But here I am. It sucks. Okay. Virgil, sorry. Let me move on. Continue on with the readings. I do apologize. I keep going off topic. All right, Virgil. You would like an identity reading. Interesting. I don't know what that really means, but at the same time, I will do my best with that thought. Identity. So it's like your identity, right? Like as a person. Finding myself amidst a fast-moving world and your role in it. Oh, okay. I got it. That is very interesting. We got... Oh, the sun. That is honestly the most, like, wonderful thing to see for something that you might be feeling nervous or worried about. I love the sun. The sun is beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me write this down. Oh my gosh. Sorry. The sun is about, happiness, joy, harmony, abundance, successfulness, confidence, the truth, It's all about, it's a very optimistic card to receive. And if you want to read this as like an identity card, it's like, oh, you're a bundle of joy, you're like the sun to a lot of people, etc, etc. I'm just gonna give like the reading of it, and then we can like go into like more about it for yourself too. The sun card represents success, abundance, and radiance. Like the sun itself, it gives strength and vitality to all those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. There's much joy and happiness that is coming from you. Because of your own personal fulfillment, you provide others with inspiration and joy as well. People are drawn to you because they are capable of seeing the warm and beautiful energy which you bring into their lives. You're in a position in where you're capable of sharing your qualities as well as achievements with other people. You radiate love and affection towards those you care about the most. This card shows you have a significant sense of deserved confidence right now. Life is currently particularly good. The sun is shining your way for you to reach your goal. The sun is one of the cards in the tarot which provides nothing but good feelings and fulfillment. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, finding yourself amidst a fast-moving world and what your role is in. I feel like, in a sense, wouldn't the sun be telling you to also slow down? You guys ever know about that, like Aesop's tale of the sun and the the cloud, like the wind? I think it's called like the sun and the wind. Hi Kurumi, welcome. Yes, it's been a while. Welcome, welcome. So you know how like in that tale, the wind keeps trying to blow the coat off of the man. It's like trying to make it quick, make it fast. You know, let's try to be the winner in this situation. You know, but you know what the sun did? Like in that story, it slowly just like showed itself, let its rays out, and then eventually the man took off his coat, right? It kind of reminds me of that, you know, when you said you're wanting to find yourself in a fast-moving world and wanting to know what your role is like in that world. But in a way, to me, I saw like, it feels like the sun is saying like, shouldn't you slow down, you know? There's no place that you need to like rush into. You are the sun as well, you know? It may feel like you're like in this world, like, not gonna lie, you feel rushed. Like you're like chop chop, you know, if you're not doing work, if you're not moving, you're like, you're dead, you know, you're fucked. You're a stupid idiot who can't like, you know, just keep up, you know. But there's nothing wrong to take time for yourself. There's nothing wrong to like give yourself time to just like take a break. And you know, it's not like the sun stops, you know. It's still moving. We don't see it like really move. When you think about it, the earth is moving. The sun, not so much, but it is moving, you know. It's like it has like a flame, you know, that you need to give yourself time to let it like grow. You need to give yourself time to let yourself grow. The world is fast moving. It is quite unfortunate that we're put in a situation where we need to keep like rushing ahead and stuff. But how I see the sun card for you, Virgil, is that like, you know, you radiate yourself, your identity is that of a person who is like, you know, you're a good person. What that could perceive, well, you know, do you think yourself as a good person when I say that? And maybe if you don't, then it's like, what makes you think you're not? There's a lot of things to think about. But as a major arcana card, that's how I perceive it, you know? It's like, it's telling you that you are. It's telling you that you're a wonderful person. And that you don't need to like keep pushing yourself be something you're not. Like, what's wrong with being like the joy in someone's life, you know? Just talking with your friends and things like that. What's wrong with like just being there for people? That's like what the sun is, in my opinion. It's just like, what's wrong with that? Do you really need to have a high-paying job or something to feel like, oh, like I'm finally like worthy some out here, you know? No, not at all, you know. Yeah. No, thank you for letting me read for you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, a provider of joy, inspiration. capability of sharing your warmth. All right. I love that. You've been looking forward to the tarot weeklies a lot. Oh, thank you. I felt kind of bad that I missed out on last week's. As I mentioned earlier this stream, I really needed a break and I was like very tired. Sorry, hold on. I will take one more if people can get it right now, but I am just going to close it here. As I mentioned, I am very sleepy and I'm not trying to half-ass these readings if I can. I'm trying not to half-ass these readings, like, is what I'm trying to say. And I would love to talk to you guys all more, if possible, than just doing readings for you all. But yeah, I really needed that break. It was tough. It was just rough to, it's just really hard to wake up. I do apologize. Hopefully once the winter like gets through, I'll be able to do these with more energy. But yeah, it's been quite rough. I've honestly also been feeling a little I don't know how to explain it, like feeling a little sad about streaming. Has nothing to do with what I'm streaming, honestly. It's just kind of like a personal view on myself. I'm not leaving. If that's what this all sounded like. I'm not gonna leave streaming or whatever. It's actually quite a what is it? An out piece? Like an outlook feeling for me. I really enjoy streaming. Gives me a lot of time to actually interact with people from just like of varying folks. So yeah. I also did like that kind of outlet. Yes, thank you. For someone who reads a lot, I actually don't have a huge vocabulary of words. It's very hard for me to remember giant words. If you don't mind me saying, the vibes at large have been horrible. I'm hoping everyone can navigate through it together. Not anyone's fault, of course. I agree. Yesterday, okay, so like not to get too like personal about things, but like yesterday I got really sad. I was actually like just thinking about just like how the world is like acting or how it is, and it's just like it's hard to think like it's just hard to just be one person to do anything. I even thought about opening like doing another charity stream to help with funding for like immigration because of just the whole situation that's going on in my country. But then I just got so depressed. I just got so depressed because I wish I wish I know okay, like I know it's not necessary to have a big follow or a big viewership for these things. But like I also know at the same time I have a huge fear of failure that like what I want to do or help other people is like an insignificant amount. It's like it's not there, you know. Yeah, it's hard to change things as one person. It's also it's like it's even hard to change things when there's like 100 people, when there's like a bajillion people out there, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we're just compared to like governmental like officials and stuff like that, it's just like really hard. It feels like everything's like against you in those situations is what I'm saying. And this isn't just for like for me or where I live or whatever. This is like around the world too, you know? People like no country is absolved of their issues, even if like the tip of the iceberg may seem very like positive. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. It's just that like I feel quite insignificant in this world. I know that comes off very negatively. Sean Vids is going to be marathon streaming for charity if you're less comfortable with running it yourself. I don't know who that is, but I'll look into it. I might just do personal like donations to charities. Not that I need to tell anyone this. I do apologize, I'm just throwing words out there. But yeah, IDK, everyone is doing what they can on their own capacity, juggling work life and idealism. Yeah. That is one thing to like I think for a lot of people to recognize is that everyone is also dealing with their own things. That's also something I've also had to accept. It's like, you know, I could have my frustrations, but in the end, I can also only do what I can do. Yeah, totally, it's okay. Take your time, you know, again, you probably like Anya said, everyone is doing what they can and you gotta take care of yourself first. Because who's gonna help you at the end of the day except for yourself? Like, you can have a network of people who are available for you, who can help you out, but like in your heart of hearts, like at the very end of your life, the very end of your life, like the only person who can do all that is yourself. Having your frustrations be heard is good. Oh yes, of course. I try to not bottle any of these things in, but it's just kind of like, it's just a frustrating case, you know, of like, if I had $1 million, you know, if I was the Jeff Bezos of this world, you know, I would not be a bajillionaire, is all I'm saying. And also, I would not be putting people through terrible work environments. Okay. Yeah. know. I don't really have much more else to say. Which is owned by Amazon. He's listening. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, if he's watching, that's someone looking. But I'm also like, so okay, this has. I know how I started this was just like, oh, being a streamer sucks or whatever. I don't remember what I was saying, but like, that wasn't like me just being like venting about like streaming. You know, it's just kind of like venting more about the situation of like just being a single person and being unable to like push for like something big. And I've spoke to this with like friends, and they've told me like, you know, like the fact that you do want to make change, like that is like a step, and like you just have a very huge fear of failure, so like you don't want to do anything. And I'm just like, wow, yeah, you're right. And now I don't want to do anything about it. But you know, I have no problem whatsoever that I only have like 10 viewers. You know what? I'm actually quite like shocked. I even have like 10 people watching me. Hello. Hello, 10 people. Oh, fuck. Hello, 10 people watching me, you know? Like... It's rough out there. I don't think I'm ever going to get to like partnership or anything either. I don't think and people, okay, like I'm saying this from a very realistic POV. I think like my stream schedule's ass, you know. It's like the things I like doing also, but you know, like I do a lot of like me first when it comes to like my own comfort or strengths, because like I have like a lot of like personal health issues, so it's just like I just gotta do things that I can be like comfortable with. Yeah, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, Anya's still here? That's crazy. I can't even catch your streams because I'm dead. Like, I'm just passed to fuck out, you know? I'm just like, okay, just black, you know, passes out. So yeah, I get it. It's like rough. Also the things I stream are not like the biggest hit. Like, yes, I am playing Enfield right now, but the people watching, you know, like there's a so this is okay, this has nothing, I just have to preface this because like I just don't want people to be taking anything I say out of context. I always have to say this or do this because I just get super nervous with how people on the internet just want to like twist your words, but besides the point. So I was like, after I finished playing Enfield, like on stream when I just did my gacha rolls and my game was like lagging like so much. I was like, well, I mean, I'll probably play this on my own time since it's a mobile game. I don't think I'll stream it consistently, even though it's like the most popular thing right now. And then I check who's like streaming Enfield, you know? I check who's streaming Enfield, and then it's just like Kiara, 2K viewers, and I'm just like, yeah, that ain't gonna be me. That ain't gonna be me, you know? And then I was just like, whatever. I'll just read my Uminekos. No one's watching. no one's checking out those Umineko streamers, you know? Or like visual novels, and it's like, oh, here's the latest game that came out, you should be playing it right now, and I'm just like, I'm playing Hades this week, like way past its prime, quote unquote prime, you know, and I'm just like, well, just doing what I can, really. That's all, you know, it's just kind of like doing what I can. Doing what I like, doing what I want. The amount of VTubers that read Umineko on stream, I could count on my fingers. So it's really funny. I've mentioned this before on when I do my Umineko streams, but like I started streaming because I wanted to actually read more. Like I've always wanted to read like more visual novels. I just don't have the time like outside of my work. So streaming is like partial work, and then part of it is like my own time, and that own time was for me to read. So I started with MiHoYo, and then I like one of my goals, like internal goals, was like start Umineko, like, but it was such a big, like, scary thing to begin. It was so scary. Like, I was just like, oh my god, you think I could, like... I ain't gonna be reading through this. Puppy, hi! Welcome, welcome. Alhamu, welcome. Yeah, I started with MiHoYo, because I'd been wanting to read that. And I did get the now, like, official translation and whatnot. Yeah, it's okay. No worries. Glad to see you here. How are you? I'm doing fine. How is everyone? How are you, Poppy? I'm just kind of rambling a bit about like I was rambling earlier about the world. Yes, we were also talking about how Bezos ended up watching one of my streams. I was also talking about how I wanted a gorillion dollars, but like I wouldn't be a millionaire, something like that. And now we're just talking about like my content as a streamer, where I was just like I don't do a lot of like, I don't gain a lot of stream or viewers because of what I stream, but I'm honestly very okay with that. Like I said, I don't like switching things up too much for myself. It honestly takes away from like, for me it like honestly takes away from like me as a person. Yeah, I really do enjoy all my viewers here. I know I do. Okay, I am so sorry if I sounded like I don't care, and I like, but like I do care. Like seeing the same names or like pop up with like the observatory check-ins, or like you guys are chatting along with me, just makes me so happy, because it's just like, oh, you know, I've kept the consistency. That has made me very happy. Hydrate, thank you. Every time I think about like, oh, I'm gonna do a gorilla stream, and then like I don't see my usuals, I'm just like, I'm not gonna gorilla stream anymore. It's like I have a schedule and you guys actually stick to it. That's crazy. All right, I don't wanna like, I want all y'all to be able to be available for my streams, you know. You're happy when I have my tangible Gundam rants. Tangential Gundam rants. I was telling my friend about how I was ranting about Gundam earlier, and then he was just like, oh no, and I'm like, no, it's fine. My opinions are goated. My opinions are goated, I swear. Yeah. It was kind of hard for you since it's usually 3 a.m. for you, yeah. Yeah, I try not to. I do like earlier streams as well for my own health too. Um, but outside of that, yeah. It's just sometimes I just get an itch, you know? Like I was like I could just start Hades right now. And then I was like, no. But I'll probably play it off stream after I start it tomorrow. Gorilla. I was wondering what a gorilla stream got me so curious. Aren't they like pronounced the same? That's why it'd be like mistaken when it's unwritten, you know? Yeah. See, if it's scheduled, it can be arranged, you know? If it's just random, I can't be assuming everyone will be there, which is super understandable. Oh no, you're totally fine, Poppy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it whatsoever. As I know, a lot of my viewers are from around the world, and honestly, I really love that. I love hearing about you guys. I love learning about you guys because what is it? Like I live in a closed world, you know. Like I'm a NEET. I don't go outside. I don't travel too much, also because of health issues. So what I learn is like from you guys as well. NEETs unite! Yippee! Poppy, you're not a NEET. You got a job. Job with asterisk for the O. Alright, you're a net, you know. A net. You're an official NEET now since you graduated. Yeah, Poppy does have a life, unlike us. It's very rare I go outside, which is why like I thought about doing like the journaling stuff with Felly like semi regularly, and then I was just like, I don't leave my house. Like that one time we did the scrap and yap, it was like the one weekend I went outside, and I was just like, oh yes, because I went outside. No. So the no education means like you're in education, you know. So Anya just graduated, so they're not in education anymore. You could be educated. You're not part of the you're just not part of that education trial period. I've met Felly in person before, yes. The true difficulty of journaling lies in thinking of something to write every day. It gets difficult after a while. Yeah. When I had mental health issues, I mean I still have some, but when I was going through therapy and I had like so many like thoughts in my head, it was so easy to write in my journals, and now no, I don't. I have no thoughts because I'm so focused with like my own like work and stuff that like some of my pages are empty right now. I might like fill them up a bit later. A lot of it at this point are just like to-do lists, like send thing to person, complete thing for person, and it's just like, and that's just a page, and I'm just like, you know what, it's okay. Like, I think for me, when I used to journal, it's like I always wanted to like fill up a page, but I had to change my setup where it's just like, hey, you know what? It's okay if a page isn't filled as long as like something is there. Previously, I would always write because I thought I did nothing with my life. So like I used journaling as a way to feel like, well, I did do something, you know. But these days I don't feel like that too much. And if I did, I'll just reuse my journal for that aspect. Yeah, no thoughts, head empty. Okay, thankfully there will be no Agaloid exploding into my what is this? Like the stream avatar thing. I don't even know how to put the Agaloid fighting thing back. That thing scared me. Okay, yeah, for those who are playing Enfield though, hope you guys are enjoying. I'm very happy with that. I don't know who's gonna be coming up next. It's probably some of the people from Wuling, but I'm probably gonna save up for a very cute dragon girl. So that's probably the next time I'll be streaming that game. Will be when I'm trying to spend all my gacha rolls. Okay. I don't really have much else to say here. Next one will be Huliayak. Don't think so. He just started Wuling after finishing all the quests in Valley 4. Nice, nice. Oh, I'm talking about Arknights Enfield. It came out last week? A week before? 2 weeks ago? It's a new gacha game from Griffline, I think. The first one was through Yostar. So they use like they're from the same company, but they use different what is it? I'm like blinking out. Whatever. Anyways, it's been very hard to play Arknights on top of Enfield. So all I've been doing is just my dailies on Arknights, and then I just kind of like waffle around in Enfield. But I'm not really big on just playing gacha games these days anymore. So yeah, just it's all just kind of like whatever casual plays, you know. I'm not gonna spend like $900 on a gacha. I used to do that, but I don't. Alright, well, I think we should call it good here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys all just enjoying my company as I enjoy your guys's too. And I hope the reading was helpful for everyone. The gacha will always be a part of me. No, for real. That's why I don't go gambling. Like, it's so hard. If my family members visit, they'll be like, hey, Amuro, you wanna play Mahjong? And I'm like, heck yeah. Like, I'll go, you know, like, and then I'll go crazy. Reverse Tower? So okay, yeah, let me just do a quick reread of the reading before I head off. I do apologize. I'm just like rambling off right now. Dude, my family when they play Mahjong, they play with they it's money. So like I play with money too. It's the gambling. Gacha is basically gambling with 0% percent chance of getting your money back. You're so real for that. Okay. So the first card we got was the Queen of Cups, which means compassion, intuition, being supportive, having stability. For a card of the embrace, for the embrace reading, it means that we should be embracing our intuitions and our emotions, whether or not it's challenging to or not. So like, it might be a little tough when you're kind of going through like how you're feeling, and you're just kind of like, you just kind of have to like accept your gut feeling and like move forward with those emotions that you're having. You gotta embrace it, whether it feels comfortable or not. Our second card we got was the Five of Wands reversed, which means avoiding conflicts, having peace. There might be even inner conflicts or releasing tensions. For a card, that was our focus card, which for us, well, for me, what I wrote down was that it's about navigating personal issues, challenging yourself, or having like relief from like tensions that are probably going to be happening. And then our gain card was the Tower reversed. So the gain card for this three card spread read means, what do we gain from our first two cards, our embrace and focus card? So the Tower reverse means averting disaster, resisting change, or personal information. And what we're going to be gaining from the previous two cards is going to be something major, according to the Tower being a major arcana, is creating a change and transformation to be a better version of yourself. And yeah, I would say that like Tower reverse is definitely a lot kinder than Tower upright, since Tower upright means just like there's just gonna be something that will fuck your life up and you just gotta accept it. Whereas Tower reverse is kind of just telling you that like there is probably like something you can work on or avoid, but like it's probably gonna happen whether or not you like it. Yeah. Yes. Becoming better versions of ourselves. I would like to think that every so once in a while, just doing these readings are just ways to just tell us to be better versions of ourselves too. Alright, and yeah, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for hanging out. Tomorrow, more streaming. I'll be starting off Hades 2. Very excited for that. So hopefully you guys can hang along too. Take care, be well. Bye bye.